I am very delighted to speak in this video about the action of Morocco when it comes to peacekeeping. So it's very important and satisfying to see such an African mobilization for peacekeeping led by the Kingdom of Morocco. Not only does peacekeeping concern Africa, but the continent is deeply committed to it as well. Morocco has always attached special importance to stability and prosperity on the African continent, and the Kingdom is convinced that this initiative, which has brought together to several nations, will make it possible to reaffirm at the highest level the international community's commitment towards Africa, especially in the fields of peacekeeping and counterterrorism. So it's not by chance that Morocco is leading within the 70th anniversary of peacekeeping operations at the United Nations arena when it comes to African stability. Very important to celebrate the promotion of security that is offered at the level of the international community by engaging peacekeeping actions and driving to a desire in order to ensure the sustainability and enhance its effectiveness. The Kingdom of Morocco backs the Action for Peacekeeping initiative as a key component of this reform and has contributed as an active, constructive, and consensual manner when it comes to drafting the declaration of the shared commitment on UN peacekeeping operations, which are adopting and endorsed spontaneously and unreservedly. So very important to reaffirm the fact that Morocco fully supports that initiative because it is deeply convinced that peacekeeping operations constitute one of the most useful tools at the disposal of the international community. We need to act quickly and diligently, as His Majesty King Mohammed VI reaffirmed, in order to make sure that peacekeeping operations are achievable within their objectives in a full manner. So the principles that Morocco has proposed that should be observed to that end are first the core principles of peacekeeping operations that must be safeguarded, particularly those relating to the prevention of the territorial integrity as well as sovereignty of states, consent, impartialities, and non-use of force except for self-defense or for the protection of the United Nations mandate. Secondly, the mandates given to peacekeeping operations must be realistic, pragmatic, achievable, and finally adequately funded. Thirdly, crisis resolution must remain the ultimate goal of peacekeeping operations. This will require a greater mobilization to promote political solutions and prevention and mediation initiatives as well. So important to commend the reform in which special importance is attached to the African continent. Africa is home to a number of peacekeeping operations which are wholeheartedly supported by Morocco. The country is one of the UN's most committed African partners on the continent. It is involved right now in two of the UN's most complex peacekeeping operations, namely the issue related to the Central African Republic and the one at the level of the DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So since it regained its natural seat within its institutional family, namely the African Union, and its election to the African Union Peace and Security Council, Morocco has spared no efforts to consolidate the strategic partnership between the United Nations and the African Union in the areas of peace and security. The country, under the guidance of His Majesty King Mohammed VI, is intending to continue the action to support and consolidate all initiatives aimed at preventing regional conflicts and at stemming their impacts on the continent, making sure state sovereignty and territorial integrity are preserved within this context of action. The time has come indeed for all the United Nations member states to provide the appropriate support required to the African Union and to the African countries, thereby supplying this partnership with the necessary means to broaden its scope and achieve the desired effectiveness. It is an investment for the future, for global stability that hinges on the stability in Africa.